folks. We have another weekly vlog here for y'all. Had a very productive week. I started a little shaky. We had some not great weather. Somehow, we are still getting snow, and the snow was getting into my eyes pretty bad. I had to stop a little early. I was kicking myself about that. But, just trusting the process. We're 4 weeks in here in training, and you know, I'm really starting to see the merits to the different workouts, the different running sessions. I've never had a dedicated hill session. I've always had like, oh, I'll go for a run. I'll throw some areas that I know have some big hills into the mix. Um, like rather than just like dedicated long, easy run for my Saturday run. Yesterday I went out, did it was 30 minutes warm up, 5 intervals going uphill for 20 seconds, and then jogging back to the start line of that hill, and then cool down for 10-minute run. And I'll tell you what, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Um, Part of it was because I picked a really good shoe companion for that. But I'm really starting to see like obviously today I'm pretty sore. But it's not a bad sore. It's not the I did something wrong sore. It's not the I probably shouldn't have done that sore. It's the by design sore, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, and like these workouts are really starting to build confidence for me too. Like there was one where I have to hop on one leg. When I first started, I felt pretty shaky, both like, jumping around not in place, and also just because of my history with my Achilles, I was a little worried. Um, but, we're 2, 3 weeks into those workouts now, and I'm feeling really good doing them. Like I'm feeling strong as I do them. And just like anything, like with the sprints, a lot of my notes I have from my coach mention uh, you want to feel strong doing it. You want 70, 80% effort on those harder sessions or those harder workouts. Um, but you don't want to go 100%. You don't want to completely dump the entire gas tank, but you want to be able to feel strong and in control as you do them. We watched a movie recently, one that I adore. I'm glad the wife liked it too. It was Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal and Forrest Whitaker, um, Rachel McAdams. It was there was a scene in it that I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense. It always makes me giggle. It's when he's in his training montage, Forrest Whitaker tells Jake Gyllenhaal's character, you got a shotgun and a bazooka. You need to learn like how to like do finesse. Essentially, is what he's teaching him. And so it's like I'm learning really how to control my running, where it's not just all or nothing. It's not full out sprint or yeah, kind of effort, right? I'm learning that there's a difference when you're doing tempo runs, right? Tempo doesn't necessarily mean I have to meet this pace. I have to meet this pace. It means, you know, here's where I'm going. This is how much I realistically can do right now. Let me build towards that. Um, I had an inkling of it. I don't want to necessarily speak it into existence. Mm, yeah, I'll just say it anyways. I'm wondering, like I guess I'll backtrack a bit before I say that. I'm sorry that these are unscripted like this, but I really am grateful for this process because it's made me realize that I think part of the reason I've had the injuries I've had after my marathons is that I didn't really respect conditioning the way I probably should have. I just focused on just getting miles. Um, it's great. It's great to hunt for miles, all that. Where is he? Why are we hunting him? But uh, it's great to do that. But at the end of the day, we got to stay healthy. We got to condition. We want to be able to do it long term. So full circle back to what I was gonna say. I'm wondering how much being conditioned, doing things the right way with a coach. I'm wondering how well my times are gonna look. I'm not really thinking about it. I want to focus on staying healthy and safe right now. But um, I'm hoping that, maybe not even this marathon, maybe the next one, the one after that, my times actually end up getting better as a result. Because there are definitely times, even on my PR marathon, that I stopped for a minute because I was gassed, or that I was hurting. I was really hurting. Um, like my one I got my PR on, I pushed through. I was like, I can recover later. Not ideal. I'm hoping, when we do these marathons, after so much conditioning for 4 months, that we're going to get to the point where we're like, oh, that was a cool long run. Like, obviously it might not ever be that way, but I want it to be. Um, I want to be able to say, hey, I did the marathon. All right, Tuesday, I'm back out running. I don't know if it'll work out that way, but I want to give my body a fighting chance, right? So um, So updates here for the channel. I'm editing right now at the time of me recording this, a review for this upcoming Friday's review for the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5. Excellent shoe. Unfortunately, we did lose a video for recording formatting error. The wife and I took a peek at it. We figured out how to prevent that from happening in the future. So I'm hoping it'll be smooth sailing from there. I think I still have a couple more shorts that were drafted from when I had a spark of inspiration. Um, those shorts haven't done great, admittedly. So I understand I'm doing this whole channel for fun, but like these shorts, kind of like I was prioritizing making those for educational purposes. I think I might dial back instead of doing twice a week. I might just do those once a week. I want to try to do another vlog or two throughout the week. I realize right now I'm kind of in this I'm kind of doing this thing where I'm doing these vlogs and then I'm doing the reviews. Um, I have some family ask me like, "Hey, where are all your videos?" And I'm like, "Well, I do upload shorts, but I know some people don't pay attention to the shorts necessarily, so I do want to make sure that I'm diversifying my content portfolio, so to speak, right?" Just looking up here at the shoes we got. I have a probably new one or two new shoes. I don't want to unbox too many of them. It's been busy at work this past week. This upcoming week, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's gonna be pretty busy too. Um, I was spending my lunches working on reviews, but I've been busy working through my lunches as of late. So, um, worst case scenario, this time next week, I'll just focus on recording the next review. We got a holiday coming up too, so I'd like to try to can some videos. Um, yeah, I don't mind sharing this. So I'm thinking the next few reviews I'm gonna do will probably be. We talked about the Endorphin Speed. Um, Probably the Brooks Glycerin Flex. Excellent shoe. I kind of alluded to it with the hills. I've been having fun with those. I feel bad I made them filthy, but pearlescent white, not a great color to keep clean. Um, Probably the Adidas Supernova Rise 2, and then probably the Nike Vomero Plus, and then from there maybe the Rebels. I mean, we'll see. I use the Rebels pretty regularly. Um, but after that, I'd be between doing the Rebels and the Magnify. I've said plenty about both. But yeah, I'm everything by design here. There's a reason for it. Um, let's see over here. We have one, two, three. I think that's three. Is that the third one down there? Yeah. So we have three I haven't unboxed and ran in just yet. Obviously, you saw this past week I got into the Leaning Red Hair 9 Ultra, and then the Brooks Glycerin Max 2. Um, I like them both. I think they're both really good shoes. Um, I can understand the hesitation for both for different reasons, but I think they're both wonderful shoes. Um, Yeah, it's just I think we're I ate my vegetables first. There was a couple shoe reviews that I was like, but now I think I think I'm really hitting a good stretch here of shoes that I'm really excited to talk about. Really good shoes. So, um, goodness gracious, we're running a little late on this. I'm sorry. Yeah, really, we're keeping up on anime, movies. We watched a classic yesterday with March Madness going on. I showed the wife basketball. Um, interesting movie. A lot of it has aged like wine, and I mean that in a good way. Still some jokes I kind of roll my eyes at, like, come on, but interesting little movie. I think for someone like my wife who is learning sports as we go here, it's very funny because there's things that she's observed, like how much teams move, and that's kind of one of the main themes of that movie is about like how fatigued fans are that teams are moving. Like they joke around about how the Minneapolis Lakers moved to Los Angeles where there are no lakes. That the how do they say it? Oh yeah, the New Orleans Jazz moved to Utah where music is not allowed. So like something like that, it's just with a lot going on at work and some stressors, it's nice to have a moment of reprieve to just kind of laugh, and I am very grateful for the wife for that. So I'm yapping too much. I will talk to you all next week for this vlog here. Look forward to Friday, the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5 review. Take care, everyone.